Right, so the big sprinter, we're checking out its wiring because, well, we had a fault code on the pump for the quantity control valve. It might be me that was been, because I've been checking there, I've never created that code, but I did find the oil level sensor was unplugged. I didn't unplug that, so I'm not sure yet why that's been unplugged. So, I mean, it could have just come unplugged on the road. So I put it back in. It said put 1 litre of oil in it. So I put 1 litre of oil in it. We'll still no start. I'm not turning it over too much. I don't want to keep cranking it over. I know it's not going to start. So, and when you look at the live data, but the live data, it's not giving you any readings on it. It just says all not available. Normally what you get is you put the live data up on your screen on your autel, snap-on, whatever you're using. And you'd have a load of zeros, you'd maybe have temps there, you know, like it's ambient temperature, it's coolant temps, whatever, cold. But so I've been going around all the plugs and I've been cleaning things because it's soaked in oil everywhere, absolutely soaked in oil. I think next I may need to take injectors out and see, take everything out. I might take injectors out because we've got washers to put on there anyway, and I might just take this loom out this thing. I might just take the loom out it and just check it all visually and see. I've not found where they go. They're known for going down here where these metal brackets are, and a few other points they're known for chaffing, but I've not found any chaffing. But I just went to unplug this because I'm following the wiring along the fuel side of things basically, and look how wet that is, soaking, absolutely soaking in there. So I'm trying to get it unplugged. I can't get it unplugged either, so it's absolutely soaking with diesel. And that there is a metal fuel pipe, I think. Is that? No, that's actually, there is a metal fuel line coming up there. There's a metal fuel pipe there, so I need to get a better look and see what that's for, if it's anything to do with that fuel line. Obviously you get that unbolted, but it's soaking. I mean, that might not be any issues there, that might not be any dramas, but it's soaking. It's weird, isn't it? It's soaking. Something's been pouring over it at some point. So we're just trying to, we've even kidded on, we've got the bonnet closed, locked it, unlocked it, all that jazz. But I'm not seeing any, it's just all not available, so I'm not going to crank it over until I can see a load of zeros and temps and stuff like that, I think. So I think once we get there, because there's no fault codes, no nothing. Van come in with a leak. It's as bad as that bloody course. I think I'm in for service MOT when they bloody start half the time. And the lassie says it goes in the second go. I says this is 4:30. This motor's not started all day. So I think we've got to the bottom of that one now. But again, it can take a while when you've got nothing to go on. To be honest with you, you know, I would have hoped that the fuel pump was the only issue. There was fuel just pouring out of it. However, here we are checking wiring with no fault codes, and that is really literally the only thing at the minute that I've got to go on. It's just live data, as I'll say. Oh, ignition's on. So my GoPro actually. So let's put it on. See. Right, so I think I've got a couple of things unplugged on the fuel rail. So, but you can see all that not available, not available, not available. I've already been down and had a look. It's interesting. This one's red, right, and the rest aren't. None of the rest of them are red, but as you can see, they're all not available, not available, not available. So engine oil temps, so I would think we just see 0, intake 0, boost air temp 0, because it's frozen, Scotland. Boost pressure, you'd think we'd see 0. Intake air pressure, so you'd think at least we'd have 1 millibar there at the minute, atmospheric pressure, but we don't have anything. So I don't know where that one's highlighted, that's just been me. So I think I've already had a wee look here, to be honest, but so that's where we're at the minute. All these datas are not available for whatever reason. So not found it. I did find one blown fuse in there, which was a 20 amp. I'm not sure what it was for, but you know, I have checked it again since I've been trying to crank it and stuff like that, and I've not found any more blown fuses, to be honest with you. So then we've got battery voltage down to that Hingway pump, and we've got voltage on another Belanger now that we've plugged the oil level sensor back in. So I wonder if she's just, the big girl's just in protect mode, you know, something's not right with the wiring or something like that, and it's just, no, I mean that one there, no fault codes, no nothing. Cars start and drive perfectly. One day, come back the next day when they start. So I think I'm going to try and get this unplugged and then have a wee looks at this and see what's going on in there. Right, so this is where we're up to on the Sprinter van. Plenty of fuel in it now, and the ignition's on, nothing's pouring out it, so we've cured that issue at least with the new pump. But all this not available. This is just the fuel tank, the fuel high pressure system basically. So that's just all the data that that's looking at now. Everything's lit up red, but not available. There's no fault codes on it. There ain't no fault codes. Check of the sensors. Okie doke for that. You can see, so engine speed's not available. Even if we crank it, nothing changes. I'm not going to keep cranking it until I can start seeing data on here, to be honest with you. So, could be anything really. If we have a look at all the wiring, it is absolutely soaked in oil, so I've been cleaning a lot of it. You can see all of that in there. So that is how it all is. It is all soaked in oil, every single bit of it. Now sprinters are known for chaffing in here. I've seen it before myself personally. I've not found anything yet, but it's not to say that it isn't chaffed and I just can't see it because of all the oil. So I have been cleaning. You can see I've opened up the known points. So they rub along here, they can rub on there, on that plastic there. They can rub down there on these brackets down here, but I've not found anything yet. And I've obviously just got this open now just to see what's happening. I can't get that there now because my bit of fuel hose, rubber hose that I've got hooked on there. They also chaff down here as well. I've not opened that bit up yet, but we do have continuity on the wire. And we are getting voltage down to it. Now I did have a fault code on there, and what I found was I found a wire that had, for whatever reason, was unplugged with the oil level sensor. No idea why. So we cleared that, and that got rid of that voltage issue on that line. So we've now basically got battery voltage on both of those wires for the fuel pump. But we shouldn't have battery voltage. We should have battery voltage, I can't remember, on one of them because that's fused, and then the other one is controlled by this bad boy down here. Which I will need to get disconnected, I think. You can see there's corrosion on it, all those wee bits of powder. So the van obviously come in, no running, towed in with the fuel filter end broken off it. It's down here somewhere. Yeah, it's there, so that bit was broken off it and the high pressure pump was leaking. So we've checked as much of the wiring as we can. Don't really get much fault codes on the car. There's a battery sensor issue. I might isolate all the big batteries in the back. I don't think they're causing any issues, but I might isolate them just to see. But I need to really see why we're not getting any communication on this live data. Which is strange because if we get any fault codes, we are communicating with everything. It is all communicating. It's possibly for me, it is a bad wire or something. This is because I've got stuff unplugged, right? So the oil pressure sensor short circuit to battery. It's maybe me testing it, to be honest with you. To be honest, I have had pins in it and stuff, so it does clear the codes. I have plugged everything back in. We'll go back in and look at these datas again. I've been cleaning further bits this morning on it just to see. So we'll just go back to this one again, see what's going on. Come on! So we're still lit up in the red anyway, so it's interesting, some of them in red and some of them in black. It's maybe that these are the ones that's issues that's causing. So definitely engine speed's obviously your crank sensor. It could be anything, man. It could be that's bad, you know, it could be that's bad, and it's shut the van down. For me it could be anything. It could be something in the interior as well. It doesn't need to be under the engine bay. It could be, you know, high resistance on a line somewhere which is affecting everything. I've had the wee course, it's way down for MOT now. It had no fault codes on it. Some days it would start and some days it wouldn't. Absolutely nothing to go on. Eventually managed to capture a bit of data. Well, we captured loads of data on it, but eventually we managed to see on the data that the temp was rising even though the vehicle had never been turned on. There was a tiny wee bit of corrosion just on a pin. To be honest with you, a tiny wee bit of blue rot on one pin, and that's all it can take sometimes. But as you can see, this one is rather an oily mess. So yeah, I think it's a conversation with the customer now and and see. I think my best taking the limb right out of this van, cleaning it all, cleaning all the engine, take injectors out, have them sent away and tested, make sure none of them's bad, and just we might find something if we get all of this out, to be honest with you. I'm not sure yet, not sure what's going on yet, something strange, but welcome back, guys. Underneath the splinter van, getting a wee pictures at the, it's got a night heater fitted to it, so we're having a wee look at the wiring for that. There's something happening there, the looks of it, something there, and also there's a strange bit up here as well on the wiring, whatever that is. I'm not sure yet. Looks like some sort of silicon or something, which it is. I'm not sure what's happening there, so we're going to have a wee look there and see what's going on. There is a fault with the fuel pump. It says there's a SAM fault for the level. The gauge is showing half a tank. I'm not sure what on earth that is. It's somebody maybe stuck it onto something with, but then why is the cable ties around it? So, right, we need to get a wee look there and see what's going on. So, we'll get a wee look at this here. You can see that's the fuel pipe for it. So it has been kind of converted to, and that's exhaust up there for it. And you can see they've just cut a big square at the van. Personally, what I did was probably just bored 2 holes, you know, for the exhaust. Rather than cut a big square at the van. That's a bit, I mean, it's a big hole they've cut in it. Anyway, that's not our concern. We're trying to get the fuel pump to work. Well, we're trying to get fuel from the main high pressure pump up to the engine. So I'll get a look here and see. There's definitely something strange happening with it. I think that's just been silicone that's been put over it for whatever reason. But it is all wet here as well. So it is wet. It's strange that it's wet there. So aye, that fuel pipe's leaking there. Well, there you go. That's interesting. I've not done anything to that, so we'll need to fix that. So that's an issue as well then. Interesting stuff this, eh? This is growing arms and legs, this bloody van. After repairing the shit wiring, disconnecting the night heater, we've now got a red not available and crank sensor, engine speed. I've had a wee unplug at it, I don't see anything untoward. If you crank it over, there's nothing either. So we'll crank it, just so as you can see, bloody spout fuel everywhere. So the battery's down, but obviously you can see we're not cranking anything, there's no data. So, next set of datas. Right, so everything will be going in there. So, we had quite a lot of stuff lit up in red before, but now I think all I've got is the crank one. Tempted to maybe put a crankshaft sensor on it. We'll not get any fault codes for it. We've not got any fault codes at all now. Now that we've fixed the wiring, we've absolutely no fault codes on it. Right, so everything's not available. These aren't even highlighted. Let's see if we can find any. So obviously, old sensor, we've seen it, we pulled it out, full of crap. I put the new one in, I've tried to clean the hole as best I can, put a new one in, and I wanted to do this, I put it in, pulled it back out to see what was there, because it's magnetic. So, and look, that is obviously all the clutch, or something, but it's full in there. So I'm going to need to maybe take the gearbox out of this van now. So I'll try and clean it with some brake cleaner and something to see if we can at least get it going, or going, sorry. But aye, that's obviously no good. Not good! So we're just checking the crankshaft sensor in the van. No fault codes for the Astonish van. We fixed all the electrical faults on it, so you can look, you can see that's probably clutch or bits of metal stuck to it. Probably clutch, so, but we've got power down to it. So I don't have a diag for that one yet, but we do have power down to it. So I'm going to fit a new one, let's state that. So I'm going to fit a new one, which I did order in. It's been sitting there for a couple of days. I just wanted time to check. We're actually getting feed down to it, so we are. So I'll just make sure it looks the same, no difference there. So, pretty much.
So is that meant to have a top on it and it's all wore away?
No, that's stuff stuck to it.
Oh, right.
So that's, the flywheel's meant to go round. This is magnetic. It's meant to pick up the flywheel, but that's clearly got a load of crap stuck to it, and it's magnetic, so it should still be picking it up, even though there's stuff stuck to it, but it's soaked in oil and it's covered in crap. So I'm going to elect to change it anyway, and I'll need to see if I can clean the hole a wee bit and just have a look and see in there. But anyway, there you go. So hopefully we're getting somewhere with it. So big Sprinter bus, so we're cutting open this wiring loom. We've got a cable tie bits up just so we know what's going where when we go to put it back together. But it's absolutely soaking in there, man. Absolutely soaking. So I've taken that off, cleaned all that up. Been all back over all the fuses again, just, you know, double checking everything. Aye, so nothing really to go on. Other than we're not reading any data. I mean, we're seeing the data. It's coming up not available. What we want is zeros. Start cranking, see your engine speed regardless, and that should turn everything on. But we're not getting any data, so we're just getting not available on the crank, which is lit up in red. So we have had a look at the camshaft wiring, whatever it is. This one here, it goes back to the ECU as well. So we're going to go back down here to this one. So we're looking at these two circuits basically now, the crank and the cam, and then we'll take it from there. It's for me, it's something simple. It could be absolutely anything, but it's just absolutely soaking down there. So I'll just take this wee bit back off and clean it up and just visually inspect and see if we can see anything that's chaffed or anything like that, you know. So hopefully we find something, man.